Hi Pisces, welcome to your mid-September 2021 general tarot reading. It's Raina here. I just got that for Aries, but in a different position. A couple of these cards I got for Aries, or three of them actually. That happens sometimes. You might even be dealing with an Aries person. The heart of the matter is the Two of Wands. And, whenever I get twos, I'm thinking of choices. This person holding the world in his hand. So it can be something connected to moving house, maybe far away, who knows. Maybe for your career, the wands are connected to career. Somebody pointed out to me there's another hand on the other wand. I mean, it's not the same hand. So you may have to make a decision that affects more than just you. So maybe if you have a child, you want to move, but you're divorced and your ex wouldn't be able to see the child every day or once a week or whatever. So that's a problem. Or you like your current job, but this other offer is paying you way more money. So you don't know what to do. So those kinds of things. And perhaps it's even, if it's career, which it could very well be, being wands, it could be in two totally different fields. So do you stay in the field that you know, the devil you know, or do you branch off into something else? In the past position is the Page of Swords. This is kind of the spy card, as I like to call it, but can be a suspicious energy. Oh yeah, that's the other thing about the two, is that it can indicate two people that you're dealing with or that your partner is dealing with. And to make things even more up in the air, maybe the Two of Wands can be, should I stay with this person or should I go? Should I leave that relationship if your partner is cheating? Pisces is the type of sign, it's not that you don't suffer if your partner cheats, but there could be a couple things. I'm talking about especially if your sun is in Pisces and you have inner planets in Aquarius, which is a sign right next to you. So it's not uncommon for you to have inner planets in Aquarius. You might be less dogmatic about monogamy, for instance. You might not think that it's the worst thing in the world that somebody goes outside of the relationship because you feel like, hey, that's just human nature or something like that. You're not as possessive, in other words. That's just one type of Pisces. Sometimes there might even be this sense of sacrifice where it's like, if that makes them happy, I am just going to be the martyr and I'm going to suffer. So you might not be the type to just like walk away if you hear such news that your partner has been cheating. You might be more understanding, or at the very least less likely to just leave. You might feel as if you still want to make it work. But the Page of Swords, you might have been snooping. You might have been suspecting that this was going on. And so you did something to find out or you're just kind of on high alert. The higher message is the Knight of Cups, and this is who is meant for you, the Knight of Cups. So what this means, I'm not talking about like literally you have to be with somebody who is this, whatever this represents. The cups can be water signs, and you're a water sign. The other water signs besides Pisces are Cancer and Scorpio. But what I mean is that you are a sensitive soul. So a person who is right for you is somebody who is very sensitive and not too detached. Yeah, the Page of Swords might be that you have met somebody, or that could be you've met somebody who is an air sign, and the air sign that you would probably go for is Gemini, because it's a mutable sign. And so you clash, but you also are attracted to that person. And so that might be what it is really talking about, is that you're involved with an air sign, and yet you're not sure if that type of person is compatible with you. And I would say, just on the surface, that there is going to be a lot of misunderstandings. You're going to think that that person doesn't care enough because they're detached, they're in their mind, they're abstract in their thoughts. You're very heart-centered. The Knight of Cups is the type of person, the white knight, type of person. That is who you really are compatible with at the highest level. And also, too, like if this is like a job offer, the kind of job, or even the way that the person presents themselves, if they're coming from a caring place, that's going to really impress you a lot more than kind of the schmoozing and the making all these, pie in the sky promises or what have you. You are more likely to be impressed or moved by somebody who is able to, how would I put it, connect with you in a deep way. What crosses you is the Queen of Cups. Now, this is a very sensitive person. This is a Cancer energy. This, in the challenge position, can indicate somebody that is, you might be the kind of person who you can tune into other people, but you have a hard time really being guided personally. And this is not uncommon, but it still can be aggravating, where you don't have a clear sense of your own intuition, and you doubt yourself, you second guess yourself. So I think I've mentioned this multiple times when I've done Pisces readings, is that I read that Pisces was one of the most indecisive signs. And when I had thought it was Libra, and they also mentioned Gemini. And I think that sometimes it's because with Pisces, you don't, maybe you're not valuing your own judgment as much as you should. And sometimes this is because you may have that Neptunian quality where you are very much a daydreamer, and you are a dreamer in general, and you just kind of want that ideal situation, but in the back of your mind that life sometimes isn't quite up to the ideal that you have. And so it can always feel like there's this big gap between what it is that you want and what manifests. And really, it's about, maybe sometimes it's about just being okay with the imperfection. And same thing with like making a decision. I think a lot of times people, it's because they think that, you know, if they don't make the right decision, all hell's going to break loose, when no, that's not how it works. Even if you look back at something and say, oh man, I blew it, I should have made a different decision, I would even say that that is divine will or what have you, because it shows you that the thing that you thought you wanted wasn't really as desirable as you thought it was. And that's not a bad lesson to learn. Because sometimes people value the wrong things, you know. What is coming in is the Eight of Cups, and this is a card of leaving what no longer feeds your soul. So that would suggest that you might even physically relocate. But this is even more than that. I mean, this could be some kind of a spiritual quest. Maybe you, what came into my mind right now was maybe you want to drop out of society. And I don't mean it like in a crazy way, but maybe there is some kind of a spiritual retreat or ashram, or, you know, some kind of a place that you want to live where you don't hold a job, but you are working at the center, you know, in exchange for room and board, because you're, you know, you want to immerse yourself in a spiritual life for some reason. Or an artistic colony, if that's what it is. Maybe that Two of Wands is, you're at a crossroads of living that, the life of the mind, which the Page of Swords can represent, and the life of the soul, or the emotions, the creativity of the Knight of Cups. The outcome is the Seven of Pentacles, and this is a card of waiting, of wait and see, of, you know, seeing if what you've been investing in will pay off. And I would also say, I mean, even though this is Pentacles and you just think of the material investment, I would say that even with your thoughts, if you really want something, Pisces, I think that Pisces could be a master manifester if they really focus on something. And I think that's the biggest hurdle for you, because you might be of two minds, especially right now. And so just try to pay attention to what it is that you feel yourself compelled to do, because you might find that it manifests. And you're going to have a full moon in your sign on the 20th of September. So that might give you even more guidance, or even some kind of finality about that situation that is in question. Okay, that's what I have for you, Pisces. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.